MSU TV is on the air, bringing you the best student-produced educational, entertaining, and informative programming. Broadcasting out of Breckenridge Hall on the campus of Morehead State University, MSU TV is signing on.
Today on NewsCenter, get an inside look at Allison Grimes' campaign event in Louisville last night, find out about Morehead's annual Nearly Naked Mile, and take a look at the Claypool Young Art Gallery's newest exhibit. All this and more now on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Chad Hedrick.
And I'm Chelsea Armstrong. This is your news for October 16th, 2014.
Democrat U.S. Senate candidate Allison Lundergan Grimes spoke of change in the bluegrass at the Morehead Carl Perkins Center on October 3rd. NewsCenter spoke with Grimes about her campaign.
This is coming back home for me. My mama went to school here, and this is a place I wouldn't be where I am today as Secretary of State if Rowan County didn't show up. Rowan County shows up on November 4th, and we will make history together electing our first female United States Senator.
Grimes announced the newest theme to her campaign called I Challenge Mitch, which addresses the current Senator of Kentucky's shortcomings over his career in the Senate.
Well, I think that Kentuckians, especially our students, they're ready for a senator that will actually fight for them. Mitch McConnell has put the Wall Street interest ahead of backing our students. He has voted against a bill that would actually allow our students to refinance their student loan debt. He has worked against expanding Pell Grants. They're ready for a senator that realizes that our students should be able to earn degrees, not debt. They've made the right choice to get an education. They should have a senator that allows them to be able to refinance their student loan debt at the same rate that Washington and Wall Street interests are allowed to. And most importantly, have a senator that wants to fight for them. I understand the crushing burden of student loan debt that thousands of our students are facing. And when we go to Washington, we'll be putting them instead of partisan politics first.
We will make history and we will get your first female United States.
Many have bet against our college students. The pundits said that they're the lost generation in the era of texting and tweeting and chatting, that they wouldn't show up. I don't take that bet. I bet on our students. I know that they are the future of Kentucky. I've sat across from graduates who've made the right decision, and they're ready for a senator that will finally fight for them and allow them to make sure that they can afford to buy the new house instead of right now having mortgage student loan payments that are higher than their mortgage. I know that they will show up. They're ready for a senator that will have their back and make sure that they can have a bright future and, most importantly, a good quality of life and a good paying job awaiting them upon graduation.
She also stressed the importance of voter turnout at the polls, encouraging the crowd to make sure all eligible friends and family members were registered to vote. The latest Bluegrass poll shows Grimes ahead by 2 points. Allison Grimes continued her campaign with a stop in Louisville last night. NewsCenter was there. Former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton stood alongside Democratic U.S. Senate candidate Allison Lundergan Grimes last night in Louisville to speak on Grimes' behalf.
That's what this election is about. Get out there, knock on every door, email and text everybody you know. Make it possible for everyone to know what the stakes are. Let's put another crack in that glass ceiling and elect this incredible young woman to the United States Senate.
Clinton urged Kentucky voters to think about the things that were important to them, a list that included raising the minimum wage, bringing jobs to Kentucky, and lowering the cost of tuition for students.
If we are going to get a senator that believes the women of this state and all across this nation deserve equal pay for equal work and get rid of one that thinks that's preferential treatment, it takes Kentucky. If we are going to make sure that the workers across Kentucky finally get an increase in the minimum wage to a living wage of $10.10 an hour and get rid of one who's voted against it 17 times, it takes Kentucky.
Grimes calls herself a Clinton Democrat, citing Clinton as a great source of inspiration and ultimately the type of leadership she wishes to emulate as a senator of Kentucky. Over 4,000 Democrats turned up to support Grimes' efforts.
The death of a Rowan County resident has been ruled a homicide. 82-year-old Lloyd Souders was found lying outside of his Kentucky home. Kentucky State Police arrived to the residence around 2 p.m. last Thursday. Rowan County Coroner John Northcutt pronounced Souders dead at the scene. The death was ruled a homicide after an autopsy was conducted in Frankfort by Dr. Meredith Frame of the State Medical Examiner's Office last Friday. The official cause of death was multiple sharp and blunt force injuries to Souders' body. Kentucky State Police are looking for more information concerning the incident. If anyone has any information regarding Souders' death, call Kentucky State Police in Moorhead at 606-784-4127.
Moorhead State University Department of Music professor Jay Flippin sadly lost his battle with cancer overnight. Flippin was 68 years old and had taught at MSU for over 30 years. He also served as organist and minister of music at the First Baptist Church in Moorhead, as an accompanist and arranger for the Lexington Singers, and as the musical director, keyboardist, and arranger for the Patsy Meyer Band. Among Flippin's many life achievements, he is an Emmy Award-winning music songwriter, pianist, and composer. MSU graduate and KET photographer Steve Schaefer had the opportunity to speak with Dr. Flippin about his thoughts on music and life.
Music is sort of the distillation of all of our experiences, because music is all about the humane side of our lives. It should be, and it is, a universal thing. Everybody appreciates it on some level or another. And it has this capability of taking us beyond where we are, physically, emotionally, to different worlds, you know. I think all the arts, but of course in my case, music particularly, are absolutely essential for the survival of people. Because as humans, we have an emotional side as well as a rational side. And the arts are what enable us to express our emotions and experience emotional input. And you don't get that from science, you don't get it from law, you don't get it from math, you get it from the arts. And that dimension of being human is just as important as the other part. So what's wonderful is that we keep making art. You know, even when all the funds are cut, even when people are in despair, they still make art. They still write songs, they still paint pictures, they still express themselves. Well, I'm a musician. Almost everything in my life has to do with music. Okay, my name's Jay Flippin.
We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. I'm Mark Owens. This week has been a really dreary, rainy week. But guess what? That rain is just about over for the time being. But these cool, below average temperatures are going to stick around with us for a while. But we'll get more on that later. Right now, it is currently 59 degrees and overcast outside. Pretty ugly day. Showers have been going on and off throughout the day. But they're finally starting to move out of the bluegrass. record temperatures in a high of 87 in 1897 and a record low temperature of 32 degrees in 1945. Now, the normal high right now should be around 68 degrees, and the normal low should be around 48 degrees. But right now, we're in a cold front and a low that just won't get out of our area, and it's bringing the temperatures down. Current temperatures all across the Bluegrass, it's in the 50s except in Covington and Lexington, where it's in the 60s. On the current radar, courtesy of WKYT, we can see showers still in our east, moving their way out of the Bluegrass. Tonight, the rain will move out of the area. You'll still see some spotty showers here or there, but that just depends where you're at, very isolated. And then it'll cool down throughout the evening. It'll be pretty dry tomorrow, and it'll be the most beautiful day tomorrow within the next 7 days with a high of 70 degrees. It'll be a nice evening and beautiful. Now let's take it to NewsCenter Notices.
Welcome to NewsCenter Notices. I'm here today with Mary Alford. Thanks for being here, Mary.
I'm glad to be here.
We actually had word that you attended the Hillary Clinton, Allison Grimes campaign event last night. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty fun. It was in Louisville last night. It was at the Kentucky International Convention Center, I think. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was pretty fun. And I'd never been to anything like that before, so I was really impressed. And
what was the environment? Was it kind of crazy or kind of?
It was, I don't know, rambunctious and
really
exciting, I guess.
I feel like I wouldn't expect that very much. I don't know, a political event, it seems like it would be kind of, I don't know, very proper and...
Oh, well, this was pretty relaxed. I mean, they were selling alcohol and they had glow necklaces. So,
oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. What was your favorite part about the whole experience?
Just being able to be there and seeing how the press, get to handle it and interact with the
kind of a learning experience more so. How is it, professional press there? And you guys were the only college students there, I believe, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we were.
I'm sure that was kind of exciting, kind of interesting.
It was. Although being the youngest, it was kind of nerve-wracking, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd say so. You said you'd never been to anything like this before. Does that encourage you to kind of want to go back again, maybe?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. And how did you actually get this opportunity? It's pretty impressive.
Well, I was able to go with the Trailblazer, the campus paper. Mm-hmm. John Flavel arranged it for us, and a few of us went, and we got video, photos, and wrote some copy for it.
Okay, so. And what was the main thing that you got out of the experience?
I just realized how hectic it was at the campaign events, mm-hmm. and just how much security there was and how little room the press actually has to work.
Oh, okay.
So,
learning experience.
It was fun though, yeah, learning experience.
Definitely fun, I'm sure. And where can we go if we wanted to check out the media, I guess, that you guys captured?
You can go to the trailblazeronline.net, or you can also go to NewsCenter, I guess. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and you wrote the article that's on the website. Very cool.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. And we will be right back after the break with an extended look at weather with Marky Owens.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. I'm Marky Owens. Right now it's currently 59 degrees outside, a little chillier than what we're used to. And the humidity is 82%, pretty high, pretty wet feeling outside with all the rain that we've been having, but luckily that's moving out of the bluegrass area today. The winds are at 5 to 10 miles per hour, making it seem a little bit chilly, and the winds are going to be a little worse tomorrow as they bring in a cold front, but tomorrow will at least be a beautiful day. 24-hour planner. Later this evening, the showers will be completely out of the system, and then it'll be dry and cool down throughout the evening, but then we'll have a much warmer day tomorrow. Current temperatures, it is currently 58 degrees in Ashland, 59 in Moorhead, 55 in Mount Sterling, 60 degrees in Lexington, 59 in Frankfort, 61 in Covington, 55 in Danville, 57 in Richmond, 54 in Somerset, 55 in London, 54 in Jackson, 55 in Prestonsburg, and 52 in Harlan. Take a look at your current radar courtesy of WKYT, and we can see the showers are still in our area. They're very isolated, and they will move out of the bluegrass later tonight, and tomorrow we'll experience a much more beautiful day. The national radar, we see some rain up to our northeast and a lot of clouds out to our west, but we won't see any precipitation until tomorrow. Now tonight we'll see some scattered showers, so if you go out tonight, make sure you have an umbrella with you just in case, but they're very, very isolated, so it may hit you, it may not. The low will be 46 degrees, pretty chilly, definitely below average temperatures. Tomorrow it'll be sunny, so enjoy that because for the next 7 days, it's not going to be much warmer. It's not going to hit 70 degrees for at least another week, if it does again, since it is, of course, fall, with a high of 73 degrees. On Saturday, it will be a high of 55 degrees with a chance of rain. It will be the only day during the weekend where you really have a chance of rain, so make sure you have an umbrella with you just in case. It will be mostly cloudy and a low of 39. On Sunday, there will be a chance and a threat of frost, so make sure if you're a green thumb, you cover up your plants, do whatever you need to do, and it'll be a low of 38 degrees. On Monday, it'll be a high of 63 degrees, and it'll be cloudy with a low of 49 degrees, and there'll be a 30% chance of rain there, so make sure you have your umbrella. On Tuesday and Wednesday, you'll see some clouds and some sun, and it'll be a high of 57 degrees. And next Thursday, it'll be a high of 57 degrees and partly cloudy. So, it's still going to be cold. Going to see some more below average temperatures, cold fronts moving in,
I'm just done with the rain. It's amazing Eagle Lake hasn't taken over Moorhead because
I agree with you.
I'm done.
It's
done with the
rained
rain.
for the past, 10 days?
Yeah, I think it's rained at least one day for the past week.
Yeah.
Every day, and it's just been miserable. Like, you don't know when it's going to start, and then it just pops up, and then on one half of Moorhead it's raining, the other it's not. It's very isolated.
This weekend?
Yeah, very widespread. This weekend's going to be nice, though.
Yeah.
Not
I'm
really a
excited for
chance. Yeah. Let's take it to Eagle Athletics.
Your home for the Moorhead State Eagles, this is NewsCenter Sports.
The Lady Eagles soccer team tied with UT Martin 1-1 in overtime Sunday at Skyhawk Field. The Skyhawks scored first, but senior Jade Flory was able to save the day, scoring her 10th goal on the season thus far. Junior goalkeeper Elizabeth Floyd had a season-high 7 saves in the draw this past weekend. Jade Flory's goal moved her to 3rd place on MSU's all-time career points list with 59. Moorhead State returns home to Jane Stadium Friday at 6 p.m. as they take on Southern Illinois University of Edwardsville. Your Moorhead State Eagles football team took a loss last Saturday 45-26 to the Jacksonville University Dolphins. The JU quarterback Cade Bell threw 6 touchdown passes, all in the second and third quarters, to knock the Eagles out of the game early. The Eagles were held to a pair of long field goals by senior kicker Luke Boyd in the first half before ever seeing the end zone late in the fourth. Moorhead State continues PFL play next Saturday at Dayton. Game time is set for 1 p.m. Senior defensive back Michael Jackson has been recently selected to play in the FCS Senior Scout Bowl. The Scout Bowl is a football game involving the best senior football players in the country all on one field. Stephen Lester was able to meet up with Jackson and get his thoughts on the honor.
I'm here with senior defensive back Michael Jackson, here to talk to him about his recent selection to the FCS Senior Scout Bowl. Michael, what does it mean to be selected to the Senior Bowl?
I think it's a big honor, and I understand that everybody don't get the chance to play in this Scout Bowl, so I feel like it's an extreme honor, and I'm happy.
And what can we expect from the Eagles for the rest of the season?
Well, in the locker room, our goal is we want to win every game from here on out. We have to take it one game at a time. So yeah, that's what we plan on doing for the rest of the year, winning every game.
You heard it here first. I'm Stephen Lester.
The FCS Senior Scout Bowl will take place in Myrtle Beach on December 20th. Members of the 2013 Morehead State volleyball team were presented their OVC championship rings at halftime of the MSU football game this past Saturday. The Eagles held a 67-3 conference record, which was the nation's best league winning percentage, but the Eagles could not turn the excitement into a win. The Lady Eagles fell to 0-18 on the season, losing to Southeast Missouri State University in a 5-set match that featured 40 ties and 11 lead changes. The Eagles were able to have a 67-57 advantage in kills, but couldn't overcome the 15 service errors. Sophomore middle blocker Sydney Schuler had a career high of 13 kills in the contest. Sophomore Bailey Nickel added in her second triple-double for the season. And now for NewsCenter's famous sports trivia. Which MSU sports team is hosting the Light Up the Lot extravaganza tonight? Is it A, football, B, soccer, C, basketball, or D, volleyball?
Basketball.
Yeah.
Well,
Basketball, yeah.
you guys would all be correct. It is basketball indeed. And actually, the extravaganza is happening tonight at 6 p.m. and it's held by the Kentucky National Guard. And it's basically just a big celebration to honor the upcoming basketball season and get to know all of our players and stuff like that. And there's lots of fun activities and things for kids to do and prizes to win. So make sure you guys check that out. We will be right back after the break.
Hello, I'm Eric Thomas, Director of the Star Theater here at Morehead State University, and I'd like to invite you to come out and join us for some of the great programs we offer in the Star Theater. Our programs are both educational, with planetarium programs, and entertaining, with laser shows that feature artists such as Elton John all the way out to Metallica. So come join us at the Star Theater, located in the Space Science Center here on the campus of Morehead State University. And if you've got questions, go online to moreheadstate.edu/startheater.
The 8th annual Nearly Naked Mile took place before fall break. The Trailblazer was there.
The Nearly Naked Mile is our philanthropy event for student alumni ambassadors, and this is where we have the students donate coats, and the coat goes to the charity of the Morehead community, and it's a fun way for the students to give back, so we just have a race.
My name is Andrew Gillette. I'm the Interfraternity Council President, a member of Sigma Phi Epsilon. I'm getting ready to run the Nearly Naked Mile. Hopeful to win, but it's pretty doubtful, I'll be honest with you. However, I'm really excited about the fact that I get to donate a coat to help the needy, and I think that my coat will be very warm for someone one day.
My name's Allison Hoddle, and I'm the Student Alumni Ambassador at Visor. The Nearly Naked Mile, this is the 8th annual Nearly Naked Mile, and it's a coat drive. We donate all of the coats to the Round County Youth Services Center. So the coats help area children who otherwise wouldn't be able to afford a coat. So it's a really good cause, and as you can see, there's all kinds of students that come out and support it. And it's just a fun and unique way to donate and give back to the community. We have a sponsor, the Center for Regional Engagement is sponsoring the event, and it's part of their National Make a Difference Day. So we're really pleased to have them sponsor the event.
Runners, on your mark, get set, go!
Ceramicist Tammy Rubin came to MSU to speak about her work in the art exhibit Biomorphic. The lecture was held on October 2nd at the Claypool Young Art Gallery. The Trailblazer was there.
I am an artist and an educator. I teach at the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana, and I'm a ceramic sculptor, and I also teach in the three-dimensional areas there. So I was invited here to be a part of this show called Biomorphic. It's myself and four painters as well. The show is actually coming down tomorrow, and I was invited to give a workshop with ceramic students, and then also a lecture to one of the classes. And then this morning I'm doing an artist talk, just a general gallery talk, and talk about my work, and it'll allow the people who come to see the work if they haven't seen it, if they have seen it, to actually ask me any kind of questions that they have. Well, you know, oftentimes when you go to a gallery or a museum, it's a solitary experience because the artist is not there. So this is actually a way for people who are viewing the work to interact with me as the artist. So I like to have that kind of interaction with people.
The latest exhibit in Claypool Young Art Gallery is now open. NewsCenter reporter Andrew McCann was there to take a look.
Homegrown is an exhibition of contemporary design and illustration from Kentucky that was co-juried by an alum from the department, Tim Jones, who is a creative director at an ad agency in Lexington and who also does quite a bit of freelance work, including being the creative director of Story magazine and doing work for Kentucky.
And the show that's up currently is Homegrown, and it features artists that are from Kentucky, designers and illustrators from Kentucky, which I also think is important because a lot of people don't really think of Kentucky as a very creative state, and it has a lot of strong artists, especially we have a few from Lexington, from like the Bread Box, which is like a big studio with a lot of artists. And yeah, I think it's really important. It's definitely nice to walk into an exhibit and see Kentucky everywhere. You see people who do advertising for events in Kentucky, like Cricket Press, that's a couple in Lexington from Kentucky. They do all kinds of advertising for bands from Kentucky, local musicians, and basically they all give back to Kentucky in some way or form.
Since all of the artists that are presenting in this exhibit are from Kentucky, they are all Kentucky artists, it means that we are opening doors to allow artwork, allow design work in as a formal artwork.
I think it's really important because a lot for me was struggling with finding out what I would be able to do after I graduate, if I would even be able to find a job in Kentucky, because a lot of people say you would have to move out and go somewhere else, and you have the bigger cities like Louisville, Lexington that you would have to find a job in. And it just goes to show like you can do work from home, in a sense, what I guess is what adds to the whole homegrown themed exhibition. But it's definitely reassuring that there are artists out there that are making a living and loving what they do while being in Kentucky. The type of artwork that's in the exhibition right now is more of a more sign painting, more traditional type of illustration. They have typography, and a lot of it's really broad in the graphic design.
The Homegrown Art exhibit is open until November 25th.
Watch NewsCenter online at msutv.net.
Or you can follow us on Twitter at MSU_NewsCenter.
On behalf of Marky Owens with weather, Samuel Perkins with sports, and the rest of the NewsCenter team, I'm Chelsea Armstrong.
And I'm Chad Hedrick. Have a great evening.